Hello, everybody. My name is Sharon McDonald, and I am so happy to be here with you today to be sharing with you the golden drop today. So as your host, I'd like you to know a little bit about me. I'm the mom of 5 kids. I love essential oils. This is not a prescription or a diagnosis. This call runs about 15 minutes. We want to welcome anyone who's joining us for the first time today, whether it's on replay or live. At this moment, we want to say thank you for being here. And if you want to tell us where you're from and ask any questions in the chat box, you are welcome to. And today I'm going to talk about these 2 little things that I did on Minute Monday, breathe and lime. Okay, so these are amazing little essential oils that I adore because they are so powerful on a physical level as well as an emotional level. And I learned about adding lime to this breathing treatment when I was working with Dr. Hill one time, and we were talking about breathe and all the things that breathe can do for the respiratory system, really opening up the airways. How does it support the body when you have respiratory situations that kind of can inhibit the function of the lungs? And he taught something really powerful, that the way that the lime, the chemical makeup of lime, really blends very well with the respiratory essential oils in here in this blend, and really get into the lungs and open them up in a way that just can't be done with any other citrus oil. Lime is the one that will really enhance that. And so what I share with people is to take that essential oil in a diffuser and I usually use about 6 drops of breathe and 4 to 5 of lime in a diffuser. And I got a new diffuser from Green Air that I love, and it is called the Zephyr. It's called the Zephyr, and the Zephyr is like a personal inhaler breathing treatment. It is the most amazing essential oil. You only use oils, there's no water, and I love it. It's amazing. So if you haven't looked at that diffuser, take a look. When we post this, we're going to post a picture with this or a link to it. Somehow we'll get it done so you can see what the Zephyr looks like. It's an amazing diffuser from Green Air. But it's really good in a water diffuser too, because I have it floating in there. One of my kids has an upper respiratory situation going on, and so I wanted to make sure that I used it both in his room and then in the living space. So that is the recipe that I've done. I actually use more essential oil in the Zephyr because it's straight oil. I can get more power, and then he sits underneath a blanket and lets that goodness just get in his lungs and in his nasal cavity and start moving things. But I also wanted to bring up the properties of breathe on an emotional level, because it's very interesting. This has been, I was taught by a Chinese medicine man that breathe represents water. So if you are in a situation where you want to have real clarity of mind and free flow of thought, this is a really good essential oil, or the breathe lozenges are good to suck on when you want to unwind something and write very eloquently. And so a book resource that I love on emotional health is from Dr. Daniel McDonald. Well, he's not a doctor. He's just Daniel McDonald. And it's Emotions and Essential Oils. And this is a little bit older of a book. I think it's last year's book. But he talks about the oil of breath, which is this essential oil. So I wanted to share with you really quickly. Respiratory blend addresses the inability of to let go and grieve and pain. The individual in need of respiratory blend struggles to breathe, literally feels suffocated by sadness. The lungs and air passages become constricted, preventing air and emotions from releasing. The root of this condition is feeling unloved, and the individual grieves the love that never has been received. This often shuts down due to fear, not knowing whether the love that they need will be there. So this is kind of a detachment, you know, people that you meet that are detached and not really present. Sometimes you can feel those people and what they're doing. They distrust whether it's safe to open and take in life. The respiratory blend also encourages individuals to release grief and sadness and receive genuine love and healing. Respiratory blend also supports in individual relationships, the spirit, and deepens one's connection with life. It invites individuals to let go, breathe out, and receive the breath breathing in. In this way, the blend teaches individuals to embrace life through breath. Respiratory blend imbues individuals with courage to fully be open. And so this blend is absolutely beautiful for people who specifically struggle with constricting anxiety that is gripping in the form of panic attacks. All right. So this will really support you in that, in those moments if you're someone who suffers from that. I really quickly talk about, Renee, can we mute whoever just jumped in and isn't muted really quick? Thanks. With lime, the oil of the zest of life. Okay, so this is what it does. Lime imbues the soul of the zest for life with an individual who's been weighed down by discouragement and grief. Lime elevates them above the mire, and it instills courage and cheer in the heart and reminds them to be grateful for the gift of life. What's interesting about lime is this is exactly what it does to the respiratory system. It's just absolutely clever how these things are so smart. Lime cleanses the heart, especially when it has been an accumulation of emotions and toxins due to avoidance or repression. Isn't it interesting that both of those are essential oils to let it go? So that is my tip today, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. Renee, how are we on time, and do we have comments below that we need to address or questions?
We have no comments, but we have about 5 minutes for open Q&A.
Okay, so let's open that up, and let's see what you guys have.
Now, I have something to share real quick. So my son is dealing with a lot of coughing, that kind of stuff. He came home from basketball practice after your Minute Monday. He was coughing up a lung the other day. So I just said, Blake, can we do this? So we did the hands, we did the inhaler, and he stopped and was able to nap and go back to sleep. So it was magical. So
it is. Thank you. I love that. So did he do more treatments afterward? Is that something he's continued to kind of help him, or?
He did it right before he napped, and then we did it when we got home last night, and then we did it before he went to practice this morning. And then we did the diffuser was going on as well with the breathe.
Did he text you today after practice and say how he did during practice? Because
No.
He's in basketball, right?
Yeah, he's in basketball. It's going on right now. It's 10 to 12 practice. So we'll find out after he gets done because they're running on the track right now. So it's going to be interesting what he...
I would love to know. I would love to know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will let you know.
Awesome. Okay. How about today you do the posting rather than me, and you post it as you for today Golden Drop, and in there add in how Blake did if there's a report.
Okay, sure.
Does that sound like a good idea?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Any questions? Jenna, it's so good to see you here, Jenna. Welcome.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh.
Good. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
Yeah. Go ahead. What was your question or comment?
My question was just, my little he's 2. So would you use the same amount of drops in the diffuser or even use the Zephyr for him? Or how many drops?
I would. This was a post that was made on our community group about kids and essential oils. I've never not used any essential oils on my kids. They've all used them from infancy on up. I have not, there's not an essential oil that I haven't used with my kids. Good,
Awesome.
good, better, or worse case scenario. I've used them, but I wouldn't hesitate to use these with your babies.
What about the drop count? Because he's an oil baby. He's been an oil baby since I've been on there. So
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
drop count or a little less?
I would just leave it the same. He doesn't. The Zephyr has a timer on it, so you can turn it on, turn it off. But he just, if you do it so it goes through one cycle, which I think it's on for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But even if he's just around it, so you could be sitting reading a book while it's blowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he would get that in his lungs, right?
Okay.
And then a really good thing for little ones specifically, and I tell anybody who has respiratory issues to put it on the ball of your foot. That's the acupuncture point and the reflexology point for the lungs. Also, right here, up here on this line is another acupuncture point for the lungs. And so you can put it right here below the collarbone, right here and right here, and it will also aid the lungs.
Awesome. That's a great tip. Thank you.
Thanks. I just learned that at the acupuncturist yesterday.
Well, it came right on time.
Crazy how that works. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna. It's good to see you.
All right, Sharon, we need to wrap up, hun.
All right. You guys, we are here every single Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So you can get more in-depth information. We're so grateful to have you. We hope that you will use this as an opportunity to be able to help people understand the essential oil world and different things that you may never have known that these little bottles do, because you just have to open the bottle and pay it forward by using it in your family. So paying it forward goes beyond just doing a good deed, paying for someone's coffee or paying for lunch, giving a nickel where nickel's due. It is truly opening up your heart and serving others and building that bridge with another person, sharing some things that you do in your home that are helpful. And that is the magic of this whole lifestyle of using essential oils and holistic opportunities to be able to really aid our family both physically, mentally, and spiritually. And if financial needs are something that you have, you can pay it forward to your bank account by sharing essential oils with other people and being able to receive some extra income, maybe to get your own oils for free, or maybe pay for a car payment. That's totally up to you and what you choose to do with that. Another way is to purchase all of your essential oils on the Loyalty Reward Program. If all of this is kind of like, what? Reach out to the person that invited you here today, and we will gladly explain any questions, give you some answers to any of the questions that you have. So thanks for joining us. Signing off from Vermont. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye, you guys.